Welcome to Travel in Style, the series that brings you the very best of the best.
Renowned for its glitzy parties, luxury yachts, and tax-free benefits, Monaco is a truly unique and seductive place. Here, a leisurely drive through its tight, winding streets conjures images of Stirling Moss, Nigel Mansell, Michael Schumacher, and Jenson Button fighting to overtake in the Monaco Grand Prix. Remarkably, this tiny country is only 2 kilometers square, and yet every corner and every vantage point offers wonderful surprises. For example, looking east, you can see into France with the beautiful Italian Riviera in the distance beyond. It's a fairy tale town, for it's here that Grace Kelly, after meeting Prince Rainier III while filming the Alfred Hitchcock classic To Catch a Thief, had a magical wedding and became Princess Grace of Monaco. This little jewel, landlocked by France and the warm Mediterranean Sea, is the perfect place for watching the rich and famous pose atop their luxurious floating palaces. It's a place for lazy strolls, outdoor snacks, and cold French beer. In this part of Europe, the summers are long and idyllic. The short winter season is mild, allowing for woolly jumpers by day rather than the thick, heavy coats needed in northern Europe. Monaco boasts some incredible hotels to service most needs, but there are very few at the top of the jet-set wish list. One that makes that grade is the Hotel Metropole, a palatial property that's steeped in history.
The history of the hotel goes way back. As a matter of fact, the Hotel Metropole was the first palace hotel here in Monaco, and it was built originally in 1886. And then throughout the years lived many different lives. It was bought in 1986 by the Bustani family. After some time, they decided actually to close it down and completely refurbish it. The idea was to create something unique, something special that could compete among the very best in the world. That's how Jacques Garcia came into play as the interior designer. Jacques Garcia is a very world-renowned interior designer. That was the first step into this reinvention, I would call it, of the Hotel Metropole.
Recognized by the illustrious hotel guide, The Kiwi Collection, this hotel is unique in its look and feel. Be prepared for the wow factor as soon as you walk in.
You can have, the most beautiful product, which in a way is easy as long as you put money in, you have it. But it will serve absolutely to nothing if you don't have the right people that are there to make it unique. You can teach somebody if they're missing something, but the personal feel, the passion, the human warmth, that you cannot teach.
Taking the straight at a far slower pace than Jenson Button or Lewis Hamilton, we arrive at the main harbor of Port Hercule, just a stone's throw away from the main shops and sites. But of course, everything is just a stone's throw away in Monaco. Or is it Monte Carlo?
Monte Carlo is the southeast side. It's kind of the high-end area with all the chic shops and the casino, and it was named after Charles III. Monte Carlo, and Monaco is known, Monacoville, behind us where the palace is known as the Old Town, the old part of Monaco.
Also known as Le Rocher, or the Rock, it is one of the 4 quarters of Monaco.
There's great little streets up there with little shops, and the chocolate factory of Monaco, designer clothes shops, souvenirs, great restaurants. It's where the cathedral is, the Monaco Cathedral. Used to be St. Nicholas Church, where Princess Grace and Rainier were married, and now they're buried. Most of the princes from Monaco were buried there.
Consecrated in 1875, it stands on the site of the first parish church of Monaco and is one of the many things to explore on the rock.
There's the museum up there, the Oceanographic Museum that was founded by Prince Albert I.
A must-visit is the Princess Palace, home to the Grimaldi family, rulers of Monaco, a family of strong values, it seems.
The princesses and the prince are very present in their country. They're very involved. The prince is is our ecological leader. I'd say number one in the world, probably. His sisters are very involved in the culture. Princess Stephanie has her Fight AIDS Association. They're just really down-to-earth people. It's just here you can run into them everywhere, very friendly and very accessible.
There aren't many beaches, but the few that exist are picture perfect, with golden sand and crystal clear waters. Monaco is the second smallest principality in the world, second only to the Vatican. Because of its small size, the locals, or Monegasques, have been forced to build up and under in order to squeeze in their population of 33,000, making this the world's most densely populated principality. These days, luxury spas go hand in hand with luxury hotels, and this hotel is proud to offer one of the best facilities in town.
The spa has been designed, the Metropole spa has been designed by Garcia, who actually is the designer, the famous designer for all the hotel. The idea is that the guest, when he comes in the spa, he will feel or she will feel completely cut from the outsider world. That's why actually our guests will never want to leave. We have a beautiful pool on the top area with the seawater. Of course, we are providing a lot of kind of treatments. All treatments are based on the natural products, and we are doing a lot of holistic treatment. So the main idea here is not just to provide the treatment, but to give a special experience for our guests. That's why, for example, we start the treatment with a food ritual for help to distress, and in that case, the treatments will be much more benefic. For the people living in Monaco, it's something very important to have a very high quality spa here, who provides very high quality treatment and something completely different than the usual spa does.
You simply can't beat a 5-star spa.
The hotel changes its feel around 4 to 5 times a year, with whether it's to do the flower decoration, with cushions in the room, and with all the glassware and silverware in the restaurants. There's an hotel that is in continuous evolution. This is complemented with our sound director that changes the music according to the mood of the hotel. Once you have the aesthetic sorted out, you need to think what can you offer to your clients, and one of the big parts of an hotel is, of course, food and beverage. Joël Bouchon has been voted Chef of the Century by Guide Millot. Today is the chef that holds the most Michelin stars in the world. He has a total of 25. He's helping us out with everything that is to do with our kitchens. He said what is important is that we have a restaurant which is accessible, where quality of food is phenomenal. However, the service style and the ambience is very easygoing. It's very, yes, professional, however friendly, not trying too hard to make it something which is not. It's highlighted by the fact that we have an open kitchen. There is a great exchange of energy between the room and the kitchen, and it makes it a very, very, very unique experiences. We thought, what can we do? What can we create that complements what we have right now? And together we agreed to do a Japanese restaurant. We wanted to give, in terms of style and decor, something different. So it's much more contemporary, with very bright, shiny colors. So it has a much more eclectic and modern appeal. Keeping the principles of the other restaurant, meaning an open kitchen where there is an exchange. You know, you can see the sushi man preparing the sushi à la minute, and you're there.
By the way, the little black bears that made a few appearances are the much-loved Yoshi mascots. Taking a stroll from one end of Monaco to the other can be done in under an hour, but there are easier ways.
When people arrive from Nice airport to be in Monte Carlo, we can also make some transfer with a very nice Rolls Royce.
Isn't this a delightful way to go window shopping?
Also transfer by air, we have a very nice company, it's Air Monaco. The flight is just 7 minutes, and between this flight they can see all the coast. If guests want to have a very nice panoramic tour, we can propose as Village.
Heading southwesterly along the coast and into France, you come across the medieval village of Ise, located 1,400 feet above the sea on a rock overlooking the fantastic Côte d'Azur coastline.
We have a very nice restaurant like La Chèvre d'Or with a very nice terrace. We have one part the view on Saint-Jean-Cap-Ferrat. On the other part, you have the view on Italy coast. That's very nice for guests.
A series of terraces drop down toward the ocean, revealing quiet courtyards, sun decks, Moroccan-style gardens, and swimming pools. Once your energy levels are recharged, take a walk through the cobbled streets and explore the little nooks and crannies. It's a fascinating village with views all around. And as you work your way up, you come across the lovely, exotic gardens of Ise. This has to be one of the best views of the Côte d'Azur. The view of Ise, looking back up to the village from Saint-Jean-Cap-de-Ferrat, is equally impressive. Wow, what an incredible landscape. Around the corner, and yet another gem. This is the Rothschilds' lavish Belle Epoque villa, made famous by Hollywood when it featured in the film Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Nestled in the crystal-clear waters of the Bay Villefranche is the small village of Villefranche-sur-Mer, hailed as the jewel in the crown of the Côte d'Azur. It's no secret that jewels attract celebrities, and this petit bijou town is no exception. Both Tina Turner and Catherine Mansfield chose to live here, along with Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones, who recorded the 1972 album Exile on Main Street while at home right here. Those heady rock and roll days have passed, leaving this little fishing village peaceful and tranquil. It's the perfect place to stop and enjoy a chilled glass of Sauvignon Blanc as you watch the world go by. No matter what your preference, there's no doubt that Monaco is a special place, and no more so than when the sun sets and we move into the twilight hour. As we say goodbye to our hotel, the temptation is simply to stay and continue with the magic. And of course we would, if another fabulous world-class location was not beckoning us. Perhaps, though, it's a good time to leave, as Monaco has a melting effect on the credit card. But of course you wouldn't expect anything less for splendor such as this. Monaco is certainly a place to revisit time and time again, whether for the Grand Prix or to shop, to gamble, or simply admire its majesty.
But then, of course, there is always Venice. Take a line through the north of Italy, from the west coast to the east, and arrive in a city that seems to float on water. Venice is instantly recognizable. It is, after all, one of the most photographed and painted cities on the planet. St. Mark's Campanile, Doge's Palace, Piazza San Marco are all household names. It is no wonder, too, that the image every child conjures of this wonder world on water is the gondola. Venice is built on an archipelago of 118 islands, cut through with 150 canals in a shallow lagoon. The islands on which the city is built are connected by about 400 bridges. The canals function as roads, where the main form of transport is by water. This makes Venice Europe's largest urban car-free area, quite an achievement in today's reliance on the motor car. The beauty of the city is breathtaking. In the canals, the buildings, now tarnished brown with age, reflect the city's once vibrant past. To walk in this city, one must get lost to discover its richness. It's out of time and out of place, but always a delight to discover. This city is facing a man-made battle against nature. Heaven forbid it should ever sink, because the world would surely be a poorer place. These two lucky people are en route to Hotel Cipriani, reputedly one of the most exclusive hotels in the world. Based on the island of Giudecca, a 3-minute boat journey from San Marco, it's unashamedly expensive, offering the very best of Venetian hospitality. This classic hotel is now under the watchful eye of Maurizio Cipriani, after his predecessor, Dr. Natale Rusconi, retired as the managing director in July 2007, after 30 years of distinguished service. We caught up with Dr. Rusconi as he reflected on why the hotel has become so successful with its guests.
But this is kind of a club, you know. They like it because we are lucky in being able to keep always the same stuff. So we have still people who were here in the 60s. Stuff makes quite a lot of difference, yes. But then, apart from that, even if they don't call Mr. Brown with his name, I mean, this is what the leading hotels of the world is requesting now from all the managers. They have to call Mr. Brown or whatever. But there is a difference by calling Mr. Brown with his name and a difference of smiling at Mr. Brown without calling his name. That's the difference, you see.
In 1956, Giuseppe Cipriani, the owner of the famous Harry's Bar in Venice, decided to build a hotel within easy reach of St. Mark's Square, but far enough away to guarantee peace and privacy. The 3 daughters of the second Earl of Iva, the head of the Guinness family, soon became his partners, and within 2 years, the hotel opened its doors.
See, Mr. Cipriani was a poet, but he didn't believe in air conditioning. We had to put it in later. He didn't believe in many modern things, but he said, I want all my rooms overlooking something. I don't want rooms overlooking courtyard. There are no courtyards here. There is only one line of rooms and one corridor. But they all look either gardens or lagoon.
In 1968, what was to be the only swimming pool in Venice was added, but it was much bigger than planned.
It is actually apparently right, yes, because the Guinness were kind of not very accurate about it. And the former manager, I mean, they said meters instead of, they said actually meters, making them believe they were the feet. So when they found that there was a lake here, they said, goodness me, what did we do?
Over the years, the hotel has been expanded substantially and has added two 15th century buildings that are linked by an ancient courtyard. The Palazzo Vendramine and the Palazzetto offer the ultimate in privacy, with apartments that have the most breathtaking views across the lagoon to San Marc Square. Enjoying the height of luxury, guests can summon their own private butler at the touch of a button. The hotel has a total of 82 rooms that are all beautifully decorated with sumptuous Venetian art. So relaxed is the atmosphere that the temptation is to stay within the sanctuary of the hotel boundaries. But just a quick glance across the Giudecca Canal is enough to draw you back into the wonderful world of Venice itself. The connecting hotel boat service is free and runs for 24 hours a day, allowing you time to see the sights, shop, and of course, to explore the hundreds of alfresco bars, restaurants, and cafes. Venice is very romantic at night, with open-air orchestras, classic theater, and opera. Vivaldi was born in Venice, and his concerts can be found in many churches throughout the town. Venice is a city of arts, classical music, and of course, the Carnevale, the annual masquerade party. But during the year, Venice hosts many festivals, parties, and private functions with the kind of gala glamour that simply could not be achieved outside of Italy.